minute, don't know. Got a minute of your time. Got a minute of your.
Hush up, gotta live right, and I'm never gonna let you out of my sight. I've been knocked out, was a nice try, but I guess I get to keep my head on this time. God of the creation, the relations I've got, the only one that keeps me safe, the only one you should trust. For sure, it ain't right that I have checked the speck of dust from all of its sides. Fall down, that from my height, cause I didn't see the plank I have in my eye. Sad when no one's to be found. What keeps you eased out? What takes you off your mind? Guess you want this, I want this. Everybody in this, we should have it. Stop illusions, it's in your hands. Show yourself, reveal it to them. Take the time to recognize it. You won't leave me.
I'm pretty sure in the States. Hi. We're having a political conversation, we have a bit of differences in the way that we view the world politically, but we're aligned very much. I think so. Anyway, welcome to our podcast, From Vision to Success.
From Vision to Success, people.
Oh my gosh, I got a kink on my neck just listening to him. Anyway,
you
welcome.
You got a kink on your neck?
Hold on.
Let's do the intro.
Welcome.
Welcome.
This is our second podcast back, so we're still...
Second podcast back.
So we're still getting used to it. And here, if you are new to us, this is where we discuss all things from the very beginnings of a vision that you may have to the very success of it. And mostly what we focus is the messy middle. Because let's be real, nothing pans out ever the way that you expected.
Nothing.
There's always a lot of ups and downs.
Life
and
sucks. Life sucks.
100%. But we do get to the other side and we can have success. We will have success.
We can have success.
We will.
I used to giggle every time I heard the word success.
You're like, I used to believe it was true. Just kidding. I thought that's what you were going to say.
No. I used to laugh when I was a little kid because learning the language, I used to hear sex.
So cute. Was like
sex us.
That's the way he hears it. But no, we are not talking about that.
I'm not.
We're talking about success.
I'm talking when I was younger.
First of all, you like to make things awkward. If you go and check out some of our previous podcasts, there is some very...
Not true.
Very questionable podcasts that I'm like, did that just come out of your mouth?
Not true. Not true. Sex us. Think about it. It's hilarious. It's a funny word.
It is a funny word.
If you changing it up. Anyway, so little kid learning the English language, hearing this word, when I first heard it, I was like, sex?
When did you get the conversation of the birds and the bees? Because as Spanish parents, I didn't get it until I was 19. And it was the most awkward conversation I've ever had.
So my friends showed me this magazine.
From your parents, not your friends. Did you ever get it?
No.
He's like, I got it when I got married to Tegan. Just the day before.
It was, listen, you have no idea how true that statement is.
The wedding, during the reception. The reception.
So confession time. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So when both of us being members of the church, right? Mm-hmm. We have as members of the church, we have this thing called the law of chastity. And the law of chastity, all it means is trying to stay pure before your marriage, right? Sometimes...
So no sex before marriage.
Yeah, kind of like, one of those things, right? Because it's one of those things like, if you're not careful, it's a strong power, right? To not only be attracted to the opposite sex, but also the power to procreate. And if you're not careful, this power can get out of hand and you become frugal.
Frugal? That's the wrong word.
And giving your power away, right?
You become liberal in giving your power away.
You become a plethora of...
Miguel thought men are like seahorses and just poop them all out.
True. So that's another story, but we're not going to talk about that one right now. Anyways, and so back in the day, the old way of teaching this principle, it was like, don't do it, it's bad.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's horrible, you shouldn't, and you're
so they made people scared, right?
It did.
Yeah.
It's going to fall off if you use it before your time. Like all of the...
What is it? There's like sea creatures that something falls off and then it grows again. Or maybe it's like animals.
No, like the starfish. If you cut off an arm of a starfish, it regrows.
It'll just regrow. Don't worry.
Well, I was never told it was gonna regrow. I just told it was gonna fall off, right? And so I was like, I am never using it.
Oh my gosh. From vision to success, guys. This is our podcast.
This is the messy middle, right? And so when it was time,
This is what happened before the 7 kids.
yeah, then I found out it was a lie. I was like, let's
7 kids later.
go. I've been living a lie. But yeah, I was scared. I was scared of the act. I was scared of I was just scared. And so now I'm glad that in the church
There's been a shift.
there has been a shift. It's okay to talk about it, and they're all about education now. Like, this is what happens if you are, anyways. So
Sorry, can we just quickly read Jonathan's comment? They were like, if you use it, you'll go blind and bring dishonor to your family. And everybody would know because you're blind all of a sudden.
he did it. He did it. You can tell. He had sight before, now he can't see. So yeah, so that's what happened, right? And anyways, yeah. So
no conversation ever from your parents.
no conversations. And so here's the funny thing. So Lewis, right? He's such an idiot. So Lewis is a friend of mine from high school. He knew my principles. He knew, like, virgin and
He knew your state of innocence as well.
He did. And funny enough, like, when I was younger, I was a very good looking guy.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. It was a joke. When I was younger, we were part of the cool kids.
Okay.
Right? Like, all of us, myself, Lewis, and the group that we were around. And so then therefore we were dancers, we were on television. So we drew a lot of attention. Not because we were good looking, it's because
You guys are like, had like a cool vibe.
mini celebrity
sure-
status in Scarborough.
Okay.
Right? Mini celebrity status. And so people would throw themselves at us. We would go to high school and, like, we saw you on television. You did that commercial. We saw you guys, or you did that music video and stuff. So it was, but I was always afraid, right, of going blind. And so, but Lewis knew.
Uh-huh.
And so the wedding night, he goes, I don't know if I should say it.
Do it. Say it.
I don't know if I should say it.
Go for it. I mean, we're already there, so you might as well share.
He comes up to me and goes, so he was working at a hotel.
Okay.
Forget what hotel it was. And so as a gift, he gave me, so we got sealed on Friday and the reception was Saturday.
Okay.
And so that Friday to Saturday, we were going to go somewhere else. Like, we weren't going to come home, right? And so he's like, listen, as a wedding gift, I'm going to give you the room, top of the top, the best room. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we got sealed. We went there. And as I'm walking in, I'm registering, goes, so do you know what to do? And I go, I don't know. And he's like, do you want me to walk you through it? And I'm like, no.
So you didn't let him walk you through it?
No, are you kidding me? I'm not gonna have this conversation with him.
Okay.
And so that I'm like, dude, I think I can figure this out and go. And he goes, I don't know if I can do this conversation.
Where the people want to know, go for it.
He goes, if you hit the belly button, you've gone too high.
I am so sorry. I regret saying that. The people do not want to know.
But again, it's this state of innocent, like, you don't know. And
also, you never had conversations about this with
never.
anyone.
And you're right. As a Latin community, we don't talk about this with
At
our
least
kids.
it was like that before, because it was the same thing for me. I actually did not get any type of conversation until I was 19, and it was the most
Oh, dang.
awkward conversation
parents?
ever. From my parents. For some reason. So, you know the movie The Hangover?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I just, like, I don't know why my dad wanted to watch it, right? Yes.
Hilarious.
And so anyway, we're sitting down, we're watching it. There is a scene like that, like there's a sex scene, and I'm dying because here I am watching, like, my mom here, my dad there, and I'm like this. I'm 19. I already know what's happening. Like, you know what I mean? Like, by this point, you know, right?
For me, I would have like, what are they doing?
Oh my gosh.
I'm not.
So my dad pauses, half like scene. He pauses the scene, so the scene is just like in still motions, and he's like, "So," I'm like, "Oh my god."
Let's talk about what's happening right
It
now.
was the worst memory. I think I blacked out. I don't know what he said.
That's hilarious.
But I remember the before, I remember the after, and I remember like I think I stayed and watched the remainder of that movie. It was such a horrible movie too.
So because I didn't, because I had a horrible experience growing up about this particular subject, and I didn't want that to be that with the kids, with my kids.
He's way too open with his kids.
And so I am. And so I am. I have to. And then so what I did is as soon as they started, like, as soon as I found out that the school was about to introduce sex ed,
Yeah.
I intercepted. I'm like, okay.
You have that conversation
Here's
with
what's
the
going to
kids.
happen, right? And I told him, I was very honest. I was
Yeah.
like, listen, guys have this genital part and then the girls don't.
What's the name of the general?
The yoo-hoo.
Is that what you call it?
The yoo-hoo.
That's the guys.
That's the guys.
So what do you call the girls?
The kuka.
Okay. Do they actually know? Like,
No, they know.
Okay.
Eventually they find out what the real name is, the scientific name.
okay, so
I don't even know the scientific.
truth be told, I used to say, instead of saying the word vagina, I
Okay.
used to call it Gigi, right? So my youngest, right? We always used to refer it. And one day there was a name that was Gigi, and she was like, "Mom, their name is Gigi." I was like, "Oh,"
Her
I'm like, "Let
parents
me
were cruel, yeah.
clarify." I'm like, "Let me clarify. That's just a name. This is the actual name."
No, and so then I would be like, listen, and then I said, like, God created the man and woman, right? And then He made them with these physical traits,
The kuka and the what?
the kuka and the yoo-hoo, right? And then they fit
Like a
the-
puzzle piece.
like like it's meant to fit, right? And then when the guy and I go through the whole thing,
Like what
With-
thing? I'm just kidding. Let's not get into specifics.
no, I'm not gonna say. But I with Seth, because he's a very like I was talking to him and I could see that he couldn't figure. I start drawing pictures. Now they weren't detailed pictures like of the, but like I was like, this is the guy, the girl, and then they get together and I go, when the guy gets really excited, this is what happens to his body. I go in there. There's all these little things, and then goes in, and then the girls drop these. Like I went into detail, like it just starts dropping all these things, and then the thing goes in, and then boom, a baby comes out, right? And then it's like, oh, okay.
How old was he?
He was 3. Joking. Joking.
He's like, it was just the other day when I had this conversation with him.
It was they were in mid school, so junior high, so like 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. It's so funny because recently, maybe a few months ago, we were watching a nature show with all the kids. And honestly, if you want to have a conversation about this, like the turkeys and the tarantulas, so explicit the way they made.
Oh,
It's very explicit. So we were watching. I didn't know. So we're watching it with all our with everybody, all the kids, and then our youngest is like, "Mama, what are they doing?" And I'm like, "Baby girl, she's 8, right?" I was like,
here, let me show you this movie, The Hangover.
"No." I was like, "Okay, do you want to know it now, or do you want to wait a little bit because
Oh.
it is a little?" I'm like, I do have to explain certain things, right?
And that's to whom?
To Ruby. She's
Oh,
8 years
she's
old.
the youngest. Yeah.
She's 8 years old. Like the rest kind of understood what was happening,
Yeah.
right? And then I told her, I was like, well, that's mating, and this is what happens. Kind of like, there's like a female, a male. There's these parts, and then they fit together like a puzzle, and then this is the reason why they do it. So now we call it the turkeys and the tarantulas. No longer the birds and the bees.
Oh, dang,
They are
that's
like-
traumatizing.
It's very intense. So if you want nature to take care of that conversation, turkeys and tarantulas, they are the way to do it because it is very graphic. I was like, oh my gosh, the turkeys are crazy. Oh my gosh, that male turkey. I should have closed my eyes. And the tarantula is so bad too because she eats her mate after it happens, right?
Which is similar to real life. Which is similar to real life.
Welcome to our podcast. If you haven't had the conversation of the birds of the bees with your kids, highly encourage it.
Watch The Hangover and pause it. We got Jonathan here with I do wear glasses sometimes. For what? He could see walk in Richard Genesis. Lewis would put one of those sleeping masks over his eyes before your wedding while you were sleeping out of it. Oh, and the other thing is, so we go up to our room, right? And then, it's just taking out, we're getting settled in, we're putting our whatever, and the phone rings.
Who? Her
Lewis.
mom?
No,
Lewis.
Lewis.
Let me talk to Tegan. Just kidding.
He's like, "You're good?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Have you started?" I go, "I wouldn't be answering the phone." Look what's wrong with you.
That is crazy.
I have to say, it was a very and this is one of the things that we're going to be talking about today, right? About self-care.
Yeah.
Especially with some of the stuff that we've been going through and I've been going through and whatever. But laughter for me is huge.
Yeah.
And I appreciate my friends that are able to joke about the hardest things sometimes, because it does. Even though I went in there into that room, like feeling like, again, it was my upbringing, right? So here I am, 21 years old. So I got 22. Or
No, you were like 25, man.
Yeah, 25. So 24, 25.
You were like an old man. I got in there when I was 30. Just kidding.
What does the matter with you?
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I was about 25, right? And then here I am, never engaged in this action and like this thing before. And so Lewis knew exactly what my medicine was, which was laughter. And so anyway, so when he did that belly button joke and when he called me and he's like all these different things, I know that he was doing it just to like get me to relax.
Yeah.
Right? Laughter is such a huge, powerful, euphoric. I can't even explain. For me, laughter is huge.
Yeah.
So
anyway, that's a little side story that I bet you weren't realizing that you would find out today.
the yoo-hoo and the kuka. I'm sorry, people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then we tell our kids, like, when people are, when they're doing it, like, I hate those uncomfortable words, and I got to get better at it, whatever, but we just say playing Nintendo.
When people are playing Nintendo?
No, when people are doing the act,
Okay.
we say playing Nintendo.
When people are playing, so you don't use the word sex?
No. I just say, oh, look, they're playing Nintendo.
Oh my gosh. Everybody knows, even your youngest.
They know.
Yeah.
They're like, because as soon as it says, like, Dad, I'm like, I'm just saying.
Just in case you were wondering what's happening there.
They're playing Nintendo.
I know there are those like conversations that you need to have with kids, though.
It is. And obviously we're never going to tell you, and we're never going to tell you when to have it, but we do tell you to have it before the world has that conversation with your kids.
Before school does, yeah.
Because, and not just necessarily schools, but even friends or even
Yeah.
just groups and societies and organizations, right? Like
When I was young, I remember the first time I ever saw like a condom, right? I was 5 or 6 years old, but I didn't like physically see it, but it was a show. And then it was that show, that Spanish show, Cristina? I don't know if you remember.
No.
Anyway, the Spanish show a long time ago. So she had like somebody that was putting it on a banana. And I asked my mom, and my mom was like, go to your room. I was like, okay, right? But then I went to school and I asked, and then I got some crazy stories.
Yeah.
I thought that like somehow milk was involved. People were telling me that like milk comes out, which now I understand. But anyway, those were my thoughts when I was in grade school. So I never really got any education when it came to it from my family. It was always school teaches you, right?
Yeah.
But that definitely has shaped what I say to my kids and how I talk about it with my kids.
So we highly encourage that. Get to your kids before the world does. Right? Absolutely. Do you want to talk about what we were talking about earlier?
Charlie Kirk?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Yeah. Before we get to this thing.
Yeah.
So something horrible happened.
Yeah.
right?
I'm sure you guys are aware of the whole thing that happened with Charlie Kirk and him being assassinated, which is horrible, right? In plain sight, with people around. Like, my heart goes out for him, his family, for everybody involved.
Yeah. And here's where we kind of wanted to talk about this, because my social media has been flooding with it. Because the minute I found out, like I went to YouTube. I was like, there's no way. Like, this guy is just, there's no way that something's happened to him. And sure enough, like, he passed away and all that stuff. And here's where I kind of want to talk. The reason why I want to talk about this is, you may not agree with some of his viewpoints or even his way of delivery, his deliverables. You may not agree where what he stands for and all these different things, but just it is absolutely horrific and disgusting. Some of the things that have been, like how happy some people are.
I know, that's what hurts my heart, right? I'm like, so he and I were talking about this, and one of the things that I don't like to do is delete people of my social media that have different viewpoints, and mostly because I don't want to create my social media to be a fishbowl of just everything I believe. So if you have crazy, outlandish like things or things that I don't believe in or things that you say, I will not delete you, and I will still maintain a friendship, right? But some of the stuff, like this one person that granted that he's just like more of a public figure that I follow, some of his viewpoints, I'm like, dang. Yeah. I'm like, I understand that you didn't like him. I understand, like some of his viewpoints for me, I found him divisive, right? But nonetheless, I'm not going to go out and like full-blown attack him or say anything, even if I saw him in person, right? But this guy, full-blown after he passed away, all these types of things, and I'm like, having a hard time not deleting him.
Yeah, I think the hardest one that I saw, and I was like, it is absolutely horrible, is that the social post was like, get the wife and get the kids.
Oh my gosh.
Like, and and it just, my heart, anyways, it just, when I saw that, it was, I'm like, we have to talk about this, because in the world, you're going to get people that don't necessarily agree with you.
Yeah.
All the time, right? And then, and you're not going to disagree, and you're not going to agree with everybody that you come across, but to wish horrible things about that person, it really brings us down as a society.
Yeah.
And you think that you are the solution to a better world, but in this better world, you are not wishing death upon other people.
Well, it's interesting to me that people believe that a better world is to completely align with your own values system, right?
And not just that anymore, but it's also eliminate anybody who doesn't agree with you. So you have this utopia of people that only thinks what you're thinking. No opposition.
Yeah.
Right? It's like what you're thinking is what you're thinking the way that it is. And then everybody else who thinks differently, we just eliminate and get rid of. Like, that is not a world that we want to live in.
What is it, like anarchy? Or like that's a society that basically you do what I say, you do as I do, or else you're out. Yeah. Right? I'm like, how can we be in a society like that?
From a government standpoint, yeah, it's an anarchy.
Yeah, I'm like, we can't be like that with people. And the thing is that people are always pointing the finger. The government should do something. You should do something. But I'm like, let's start with ourselves. What can we do? Yeah. One of the things that I truly believe in is that if somebody's attacking my religion, if somebody's attacking like certain things that I believe on, I will never stand in a place where I'm like fighting back and forth with you. You're allowed to have your opinion. You're allowed to view my religion. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Like, you're allowed to view whatever it is that you need to view. Do I agree with it? Like, will I see the world through the way that you see it? No, because I have my own belief systems, right? But we need to stop, even as members of the church, with trying to push our own viewpoints and thoughts into others. I think it's just a human problem. It's not like a particularly sect problem or like ideology. It's just a human problem that we're having right now. Yeah.
So call to action, people. Like, if you see any posts like that, kind of, they took away the disagree button or the dislike button in some of these things, like the social whatever. I don't know why, but I'm just asking. I have kids, and I do not want them growing up in this type of society, where number one, you're afraid to voice your opinion because like you're gonna get canceled, and number two, that if it's beyond radical your thinking, then there's a fear of life now. Like, this is not the kind of life that I want my kids to, or even myself. Like, again, and it's funny because I've never publicly viewed my opinion on either or, left or right. Like, I've always tried to stay in the middle or whatever. Yeah.
But I think it's important to view, like, to share your thoughts and your values, because what happens is that we have these extremes, and then people think that it's not okay to view both sides and agree with someone on one side, agree with someone on the other. Then there's a lot more people in the middle than what we see.
Yeah. But I've always tried to stay away from those types of conversations because of just the fear of cancellation.
Yeah, it is real. Like I even talked to my daughter. I talked to Raquel, and I was like, "Do you ever share like your thoughts or like she thinks differently than most of her friends?" And I was like, "Mom, do you want me not to have friends?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, growing up in a society where you have to align
Yeah.
with what your friends think because you're in fear that you are going to be canceled. I'm like, I also need to talk to her and be like, no, if they are your friends, you can see things differently, just like you respect their opinion. They should be in the same place.
That is a hard conversation to have, though, because right now, as a teenager, I'm not saying not to have it, but I'm saying that coming from a from a student standpoint, friendship is everything.
Yeah.
Right. If you go to, like, I mean, I've been in a position where I've gone to school and I've had in the early years before grade 9, I went to school and I had no friends.
Yeah.
Right. And so that walking the hallways alone and not being invited to parties and then it had nothing to do with political views, is because I went to a school and we moved cities. And so I was going to school with none of my feeder friends.
Yeah.
Went in, whatever. So I had to like rebuild my life and just walking into a school where there's already cliques established.
Yeah. And just kind of work with that.
It was hard. It was extremely, extremely hard. And so to tell your kids, voice your opinion, stand up for your rights and all these different things, they are legit afraid because of being ostracized.
I understand. I'm like, we still need to.
I wouldn't know. No, I know.
Yeah,
I know
we
what you're
still
saying.
need to encourage that, right? And I'm like, how can we lead it? I'm like, we can lead it by example.
Yeah. Jonathan, David said, I will never play Nintendo without thinking about it now.
Either Nintendo.
David, you're
now
welcome.
Miguel is going to be in your forefront.
You're welcome. You grab that controller.
He did recently get married. Congratulations,
Oh,
David.
yeah, it happened. Hey,
Then Nintendo happened. Just kidding.
this is horrible.
Thank you for being our viewer, our listener, and sticking with us through this.
Yes, we apologize. Jonathan Cowell says here, his death hits hard. I highly disliked that his death footage was being passed around like an internet like Halloween candy.
Right? I'm like, I followed this guy who like uploaded the actual video. You can't see him getting shot, but he's there and like the people are like chaotic. Anyway, he ended up making a public apology because he wasn't thinking and everything, but majority of people upload these things for likes and views.
Oh, yeah.
They want to be the first one. They want to be like, let's not be like that, guys.
David says, I was shocked. To me, I thought a lot about not saying anything back. Up to what point is it okay to be silent? Like when you would...
Okay, to be silent, like when would God want me to defend my beliefs? Oh, such a great question. Oh my gosh, that's such a great question. And I've given actually that a lot of thought. I've listened to a lot of podcasts with regards to this. And the thing is that I've always kind of turned back to is that what we can always do is share what we believe, right? Or get to a point to be like, if it's a personal friendship, I highly, highly recommend where you share. If it's something like on media, social media, I wouldn't even engage. At this point, you're not really talking to someone, you're talking at someone.
When it comes to religion, I have no stop signs. It's
So do you actually go on social media and like start, like if somebody has some content against the church or against your beliefs, do you like physically start typing stuff out?
No. If somebody has put an anti-church thing, they are already in the mindset that it's throwing pearls to swines.
Yeah.
Right. So the Bible in the New Testament talks about being mindful of throwing pearls to swines. Not that the people are swines. So please, if you have a different belief than I am when religion or politics or whatever, I'm not calling you swine. The metaphor is the swine is an important animal, right? The swine is a very, very important animal, but its environment may not necessarily appreciate a pearl that you're giving it, right? Because and it doesn't have to be a swine. It can be a cow. It can be a kangaroo. It can be like a dog, right?
You're
Whatever.
not going to appreciate what you're sharing, right?
Exactly.
And so at that point, you got to check your heart, check where it's coming from. Is it coming from contention? If it is, just step away.
So I've had people that have had a legitimate question about a church or an observation about the faith, and I have messaged them privately, and these are friends from high school.
Yeah.
And we've engaged in conversation. And it's been good. It's been awesome because the question was in the right place.
Yeah.
Right? Where I've had other people, friends close, that it's a downright like anti, against, attacking.
Yeah.
They're not in the mindset to listen.
Yeah.
They just want to start beef. And so the minute that you try to defend, it is like throwing a pearl to a swine. They're not doing it to change my mind or to have a good conversation. They're there to start a fire. And so for them, I won't do anything.
Yeah.
And now if I'm in the public, I'm not shy about who I am.
Yeah.
I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I served my mission for 2 years, from 19 to 21. I got married in the temple, sealed, I'm not quiet about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Political is different though.
Yeah. It's just the environment
when
right
it
now.
when it comes to political views, when it comes to whatever, whether it's left or right, liberal or conservative, Republicans or Democrats, I do tend to stay quiet because of I just this whole fear of you never know. And this is the thing, you'll never know what kind of person that you're talking to, where it can be a good conversation.
Yeah.
This is your opinion, this is my opinion, or it can be a person's like they see red and I am going to do everything now to cancel you.
Yeah.
And so because I don't know what type of mentality of people that I'm speaking with, I kind of just stay quiet and be like, listen. And I respect everybody's opinion, whether you're on your left or on the right.
Yeah.
It's like, it's cool.
I'm okay with talking politics. I'm okay with my viewpoints are more aligned with my values, and especially comes politically, I do align more with conservative values. That's not to say that I'm gonna go and like start yelling at people who are who are more liberal or believe certain things. That's not me. But I do believe that I do have the opportunity. I have the privilege living in Canada to have my own political values, right? So I'm okay with sharing that. Now, sometimes the logistics of that may be a little bit different depending who I'm talking to. If somebody's genuinely asking me, hey, what are your thoughts about this? Then yes, of course, I will share. But in a setting where it's like more public and there's like a debate back and forth and people are like, like a Bible bash almost, but like a political bash where they just want to tell you that you're wrong, I'm not going to engage.
Yeah, they're not there to actually have a conversation, right?
Yeah. If you want to have a conversation, absolutely. Like, I'll tell you my viewpoints and all that stuff. When I teach, at church, when I teach the youth, I will align some of the things that I say, not to the political aspect of it, but I mean, my views are more conservative. So I will teach the values that I believe that I align with that are church related, right?
So I have something I want to share with you.
Is it okay? What is it?
Do you recognize this?
No, I don't.
You don't recognize this?
No.
What is this?
It's how I'm gonna help you. If you haven't seen, last week we talked about how much Miguel's life sucks right now. Our friend here is going through some challenges, but that's okay because they're making him better. They're refining him.
I've come to the point where like I don't care.
Yeah.
Anymore.
It's okay. You're just going through there's like the, what is it called? The despair or anger model where there's like 5 different stages that you go.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
It's not the pride circle. It's the...
No, it's a different model. It goes like, what is it?
Yeah.
There's a model. Anyway, so he went through anger, sadness, and all that stuff. Now he's in that I don't care F you stage. We'll see what his next week's stage is.
It's the death. It's called the death cycle.
I don't know if it's a death cycle, but it is a cycle. And then last week, if you want to kind of know what's been going on, check out last week's podcast. And I did make a comment that if he was struggling and he was going underwater, that he was gonna be okay because I was gonna give him a straw to breathe.
The horrible thing that she said, and again, I just want to re-emphasize this. Maria,
Did you just burp?
Did I just burp?
You totally did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Did I really?
Yes. That's what I tell you.
I'm sorry.
I tell you, if you do one thing like at home a certain way, you will do it in public.
That was just air coming out. I am sorry. I did not mean that. I don't even think it... Did it come out of my mouth?
Mm-hmm. It was like when you opened your mouth and it came out and then you just kept talking. So
Really?
We'll go up. Yeah. Go ahead. Go say what you were saying.
First of all, can we just acknowledge the talent then? It takes skill to like just...
burp and keep talking. As you open your mouth, burp came out, and then words just started flowing after.
But I don't think it can be considered a burp anymore. It's just air being released and not interrupting the conversation. That is skill.
Okay.
That is.
Anyway, go ahead.
Stages. It's the stages or the phases when people receive
Stages of grief, maybe?
Yes, stages of grief. That's what it is.
Okay.
Stages of grief. How do you spell grief?
GRIEF.
Yeah. So we got denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance.
Okay, so I think
I'm in the second one. I'm in anger. I'm like, what's my next one? Bargaining.
You're gonna start like,
Be like,
that's okay. Self-awareness is a beautiful thing. Now you know, right?
then I got depression.
That depression will come at the end of the month.
As soon as this podcast ends, I'm just.
I know.
And then it just takes out. I was like,
Yeah,
well.
and then yeah. So it's okay. You're moving great. Like you're moving through this, which is good. It's a
Actually,
good sign.
I don't even think I'm at anger right now. I was angry,
Yeah.
and then did you hear that?
Yeah. What was that?
Oh, that's upstairs.
Oh, okay.
It's picking it up.
That's so crazy.
That is insane. Depression. I think I'm in acceptance now. I just don't care. I was like, whatever. It is what it is.
Anyway, so we did talk about my life-saving tools that I would do for him.
Relax. My analogy was that I felt like I'm in a room and just water keeps seeping in, right? And then I'm like, and normally when people are stressed and people are struggling, it does feel like you're stuck in this cubicle room and then water comes in and whatever. But then you feel good and you're like, okay, and then water gets released and stuff. But like right now, it just feels that it just keeps rising and rising and rising and rising and rising. So that was my analogy. So this one, horrible person, friend, saboteur. No, what do we call it?
Matador.
No.
Matadora.
No, it was
What was it?
your title.
Character assassin.
Character assassinator.
As I smile.
She's like, don't worry, I'll throw you a straw.
It would work though. It would like keep you.
So someone at church, I guess a follower to the podcast.
Oh, they gave you that?
So they gave me this on Sunday.
See? Oh my gosh. Look how beautiful. They included the Savior. See? I don't need to do... see, my straw is enough because the Savior will magnify it. It'll be good.
So I don't know how I feel about this. I love it. So she's watching.
Thank you.
It made, and again, going back to that, because as soon as I saw that, I started laughing my head off in the middle of like right before church started. Right?
Yeah.
So they gave me this, laughing, dying. So this was really, really good.
That's so sweet. And you know what? You know what I love it? I love that they didn't even write anything. They just gave you the picture and they gave you the straw. And it's so beautiful. Thank you so much.
And as soon as I pulled it out of the little bag, I saw it. I'm like, no freaking way. And this person doesn't know this, but this is actually one of my favorite pictures of all time. Because you don't... There you go.
It's a story in the Bible. It's where Peter walks in the water, and at a certain point, he goes underwater, and then the Savior's there to grab him out.
And I don't know if you ever heard like pictures say the 1,000 what?
Speak 1,000 words. Pictures can say 1,000 words.
Pictures can say 1,000 words. This is such a very simple picture, but then it's just like, I don't know. You can have a deep dive conversation about this, and then you have a straw.
I love it.
And so.
See?
I appreciate this. I don't appreciate her, but I appreciate the person that gave me this.
I love the fact that it's like a little piece of the Savior and me all in one picture. Well, yeah, did that not remind you of me?
I'm going to put this right beside my candle. So we got Saint Tegan over here.
I love that.
So, David Eula he's getting married December 4th.
We're so happy for you. Listen, the podcast will send you a little Nintendo to commemorate your occasion.
I'll give you a call and be like, hey.
No, just an emoji.
just a belly button emoji.
Not the belly button, a Nintendo emoji.
Oh, Nintendo. That's what I meant. Not a belly button. I'm
You
sorry,
know,
people.
If you need that conversation,
This po-
Miguel is more than happy to have that conversation with
This is
you.
why I got released.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's head into our podcast.
Oh yeah. So we have about 20 minutes left in today's
Perfect.
topic. But listen, this is so funny enough, we have been talking about the topic today. Right? Just throughout the week, you know, I always go back and I re-listen to the podcast, right? Just to make sure the do's and the don'ts and how to course correct some of the things that Maria has said. You know, if there's any apologies that I have to send out or
He has a book with my things that I have made mistakes on.
You have no idea.
It's like a stack somewhere.
Yeah. But then it really got me thinking about how I'm going to get through what I'm going through and what has helped me throughout the day. And you asked me, so what did you do? Then I had some immediate, answers, friends and just in family and stuff. But it really did me get thinking because not only that, I'm also creating, so I have a workshop. It's called Self-Care Works, right?
Our topic, FYI, is self-care.
Yeah. And so I have a workshop called Self-Care Works. And then we've had this conversation in the past. Self-care is really broken down into 3 sections, mind, body, and spirit, right? Why you
No, I completely agree.
Do you not
Mind,
agree?
body, and spirit? No, 100%.
No, you don't agree.
No,
Why are you
course I
smirking
agree.
then?
I always say that, so I totally agree with you.
No. Why are you smirking? No. Why are you smirking?
Often you're like, I had this great idea. I created this. And I'm like, okay.
No, I didn't say I created mind, body, and spirit.
Anyway, yes, go ahead. I
No,
totally
hang on.
agree.
Hang on one second.
It's okay. We all know that you're you. Okay, go ahead.
So just a disclaimer, I did not create mind, body, and spirit. Neither did you.
Sure.
And
Just kidding. I did not.
yeah, she did
It
not.
is a very known concept, right?
It is a known
Yeah.
concept, right? And so what I did is that I wanted to bring more awareness to this already existing concept. So I didn't create self-care, mind, body, and spirit. Okay.
Okay.
Freak.
Yes.
You're not good for my
No,
mental health, eh?
I am a huge believer in mind, body, and health. No, I'm a huge believer
Mind,
in
body, and spirit.
mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so what I did coin in MTC Life was the 3-legged stool, right? That you would never stand on a 2-legged stool, right? That you lose balance. And if there's a stool and one of the legs is starting to get wobbly, you would be cautious in standing on that stool, right? So, anyways, long story short, so now what I've done is I do have a workshop. It's a 60-minute workshop that I normally give to staff members and businesses. Self-care works, and there are a bunch of activities that can be categorized, almost up to 20 activities that I've collaborated with that can fit into one of these 3 categories. But anyways, I went to Google and I said, what is out there, good topics for podcasts when it comes to self-care? And it pumped out these 20 things. Google Kronk?
I don't think that's the name, but Google AI.
Google AI. And I was like, these are phenomenal. So I kind of want to give it, I sent them to Maria and I said, which one stands out the most for you? And I think over the next course of the next maybe 2 or 3 podcasts, we can just talk about some of these.
Yeah, we're going to dive deep into self-care. I love self-care so much. I think it helps you to get through the hardest times in your life.
Yeah.
And it also builds resilience. So if you're not going through anything difficult right now and you start doing it now, when those difficult trials in life come up, it does give you the resilience, the capacity to continue on, that additional strength that you need.
So out of these 20, which one stands out the absolute most? I already have my one, which I really need help with.
Okay.
But which one of these really stands out and you're like, let's do a little bit of a dive in this one?
I like self-care and leadership.
Which is number what?
This is number 9. I like the economics of self-care, and I do like the 3 legs of self-care. Probably the number one would be the 3 legs of self-care, the one that you already kind of
Okay,
discussed.
mind, body, and spirit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of a known thing, right? So the one that I really want to talk about. Is there anything else you want to discuss in this one?
No, go ahead. Which
Okay.
one do you really want to talk about?
Because I'm having a hard time with this one because I do struggle with this. Is number 5.
Rest versus laziness.
Rest versus laziness. How do you know how do you know that you're doing what you're doing because of you're resting and self-caring, or you're doing what you're doing because you're just being lazy, which is the opposite of self-care? So what are the deciding factors?
The first thing that comes to my mind is, are you moving towards your goals? Do you have action items in your list that are moving you towards the things that you want, or the things who you want to become? Because one of the struggles that I have is that I wear busyness like a badge of honor. And busyness doesn't mean productivity, right? Sometimes if I'm feeling like really in my feels, or I'm really feeling like I'm stuck, I will fill up my day like no one's business. But it doesn't mean that I'm actually moving forward in the things that I need to move forward, or that I want to move forward, or the person that I want to become. So what I've started doing lately is I've cut down my goals to one goal at a time, and then doing a start and a finish, as opposed to having like a million goals and then doing a little bit here, a little bit there, and never finishing anything.
That is a great answer, but did not answer the question.
Okay.
You just totally derailed. Like, I don't know. What's the purpose of having you on the podcast?
I don't know. What is the
Let's
purpose?
talk about rest. Well, when I was 16 years old, I tried on my
let's talk
first
about-
rest.
Okay, tell me, let's
joking,
dive
I'm
deep.
joking.
Let's dive deep, but this is about you.
So here's what?
This is about you. No, we have to dive deep, because let me ask you something. Do you feel like you're moving towards the person that you want to become, or the goals you want to achieve? Still, even when you're resting.
Shoot. Okay. So when I'm resting, am I moving towards the person I want to become? Yeah, but again, like,
What's the thought process? Oh, how do you decide when to rest? Is it an intentional decision to rest, or is it just like an avoidance where like, oh, I don't want to do this, and let me rest?
I think that's the answer.
Which one, the avoidance or the intentional?
The intentional. Like, for a rest, I think it has a purpose. Like, you know what? I'm going to take the next 20 minutes, or I'm going to go for a nap.
I think you're so busy all the time, and I think you need more rest.
For what?
I think I think your level of self-care could use
No,
some intentional rest.
No. So for me, I self-care in other ways. Like, there's 20 things here, right? And then the mind, body, and spirit. Like, I go to the gym, I hit the
I know,
sauna.
but here's the thing. Self-care gives your mind, your body, and your spirit a moment to reset. Are you giving it as important? Like, your body needs it.
So here's
both you and I are like,
no. But this is what I mean, though. Like, if I think when you're intentional, like when you're like, you know what, I'm gonna take this next 45 minutes. I'm just gonna sit down and watch this episode. I've been getting into like criminal shows, Law and Order.
I'm not me. Yes.
You
No, because I will dream about them, and I get scared.
No. The thrill of finding the bad guy, or how it's gonna it
It doesn't make you scared?
It used to. So I used to watch the show Criminal Minds.
Oh my gosh, that show I stopped watching 10 years ago.
And it was I was starting to have dreams.
Yeah.
And then my kids were young, and all I could think about, I was having these horrific, vivid dreams about my kids being brutally hurt. Like, it was just, so I stopped watching it, right? Now I just don't care about
I just don't care about my kids. I've done my part.
Yeah, I was like, I got them to where I could. No, but now it's I watch these shows. I haven't started watching Criminal Minds, because Criminal Minds got somewhat graphic, right? And I think that's what was messing me up. But like Law and Order and a whole bunch of other stuff. I like the chase. So a crime has taken place. Let's find it. Let's look for the clues. And then let's take him to the court and let's prove them wrong. I don't know. It's just, when it comes to puzzles, I'm huge on that, right? So, but that, I'm intentional. I'm like, you know what? I'm so busy. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch Criminal Minds, and I'm just going to like not think.
Yeah.
I just want to be entertained.
Yeah.
So I think that's purposeful. If I'm just like not wanting to get out of bed, and I'm not heading towards the person I want to become, and I'm 45 minutes turns into
3
an
hours.
hour and a half, 3 hours, 4 hours, and I still haven't progressed or accomplished anything, I think that's the laziness.
Yeah. I think your thoughts will also tell you whether is you're progressing towards where you want to be and whether you're resting or it's like more of a sense of laziness. I've been reading, there's this book that I'm recently reading that's called Deep Work, and it was talking
What's it called?
deep work.
Deep work.
Yeah, and it's all about the sense of the fact that we have internet, we have social media, we have all these things that grab our attention, and we now seek like these huge dopamine hits, right?
Yeah.
Like 3-second videos, 4 seconds, and if we feel like it's too long, we just keep scrolling, right?
Yeah. Doom scrolling now.
Yeah, so it talks about how we have removed our ability to do deep work and deep thinking, right? And how our idea of resting often is like doing nothing or like, you know, having these moments, these long stretches of just being entertained and doing all this stuff. Anyway, one of the things that I really liked about it is that it said that our bodies, our minds, and our spirits are meant to work. And
Yeah.
we experience the most amount of joy through work.
Yeah.
And this is the part that I was fascinated by, that it said that when our thoughts are idle, our bodies are idle, that our mind starts becoming like, it gets into this loophole of like, or feeling bad about ourselves, or feeling like starting, like even our mindsets become, instead of having an abundant mindset, we have a scarcity mindset. All these things that we start struggling with, comparison and all that
Yeah.
stuff, they come from the fact that we are not involved in deep work or doing something that's moving us towards where we want to be.
Interesting.
I know. I was mind blown, and I realized that some of the thought processes, some of the struggles that I've been having is because I allow myself this idle time where I may be doing something, but my mind is idle and I'm not deep trying to think and concentrating to what I'm doing. So then I get self-doubt, I get comparison, I get all these things that I'm like, okay, I'm done. Well, I'm not done. I'll continue to have those things, but now I have tools where I'm able to work through them.
Interesting.
I know, right?
Yeah, and so I was wrestling. So when this list came up, I was like looking at it, and I went through all 20. And I was like, oh, these are excellent individual podcast topics. But then I really did struggle with number 5, which is rest versus laziness. How do you know when you're resting, and how do you know when you're just being lazy? And you have to be very, very careful, because like if you're just idling, you're not growing. You're just like a muscle. Your mind atrophies. And if you're not using it, you can lose it. Ooh. Did you just hear what I said?
Yeah, I've heard it before.
From who?
From like people.
No one. I just made it up right now.
No, I have heard it before.
That's a lie.
I've heard it in books. I've heard it on like
If you don't use it, you lose it.
yes.
I just came up with it right now.
Okay, people. I know you out there have heard this before. If you have, let us know. But I have heard that many times.
If they have heard,
I've
it's
heard it
because
as in my trainers in the workouts that I do. They often talk about if you don't use the muscle, you lose the ability. If you don't use it, you lose it. That is a well-known thing. It's okay.
It is not a well-known thing.
Sure.
I am. My mind is just cooking right now. Oh,
Okay. It's cooking too hard.
Throw me a straw.
You're and then you're gonna get so good about just like putting it in your mouth.
Yeah, sauna.
Yeah, sauna time equals Miguel time. Yeah,
It's-
you do your best work in the sauna, and that's resting.
I've come up with some like fire workshops and initiatives when
Yeah.
I've been in the sauna, just sitting there, and I just found out that it's not good for me to bring my
Phone?
my earbuds, because I used to like listen to like calming music and things like that, and so I have to figure out how to do that still. But anyways, so yeah, I just sit there. One of the reasons why I wear it is because I don't want anybody talking to me.
Yeah.
Like, and then you have these people that just don't respect the sauna time, and they're talking loud, and then all of a sudden, and then they're just like screaming there, whatever, right? And so when I have my earbuds on, I can tune everybody out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've come up with some of my best workshops. I stopped myself. Did you see that?
I did. I very much saw it.
But the minute we go offline,
I'm worried about the minute.
It's gonna be audible.
Pray for me, please, because I am going to be at the other end of this guy. You're so. He's like
I'm a what?
you're like a teenager. No, actually, I shouldn't say that. No, he is an incredible person.
So you say that when somebody says you're raising 5 children, which includes Mike.
Exactly. That's why I took it. No, I don't like it.
I know
That
you- I
Mike
know.
is not a child. And so then I was gonna make a comment like that, but I don't like it because you're not a child.
I am a
So
child.
You are not a child.
I have a mind. People have told me that I'm not fully developed.
Let me tell you, you are fully developed.
That
This
my
man,
mind-
listen, this man, like he likes to joke around and say random things and do random things that I sometimes do question it. But this guy, you are smart. When you are needed, you are there. Like he is a great person. As it pains me to say, he is a great.
My frontal lobe of my mind hasn't been fully
I
developed.
was worried
It's
about
still-
what you were
it's-
gonna say.
What was it gonna say?
I don't know, but I was like,
The frontal part, it still hasn't been fully developed. It's still tender.
there's still a hole. You know how when you're born with a little hole,
Yeah.
like here, and so your skull fuses together, right? You still have the little hole here.
It is. You have no idea. Look, touch it.
No.
You can feel it.
No, I can't. I can't.
Just go like this, one finger. Anyways, and so
This- Anyway, guys,
so you're a nurse. What is that hole
what do you mean? What is
in a
that?
child?
Why is it there?
No, what is it?
It's your, so you have your skull bones, right? And your skull bones are not fully developed, and the reason why is because your brain needs to grow. So this is giving room for your brain to continue growing.
That's not my question.
Then I don't understand what you're asking. What are you asking?
What is that hole? Is it like a
It's
full? It's a full hole.
It's not a full hole.
So what is it?
The size of
Okay,
it?
okay.
Is that what you're asking? What are you asking?
My question here. Listen. The hole of a baby's brain, a head.
Okay.
What is it? It's a hole, right?
It is. It's just the
So,
skulls
like-
that are not meeting together. So when you feel it in here, you're feeling like the membranes, the brain, like you're
So
feeling
that's the
stuff.
brain. You're feeling.
Yeah.
You're touching the brain if you touch
Yeah.
that hard.
Yeah, you are closer to the brain than you are when you touch the skull, right?
Right. And so then, how does that hole close?
Your skull like continues to grow as your body's growing. At a certain point, it seals together.
So because mentally, here's what I'm trying to understand, right? Is it the skull that's open and then it just closes, or is it the skull is growing and closing together?
It has to grow because if you look at the size of a skull when a baby's first born, it's like so tiny. So and kids' heads continue to get bigger, so it has to grow and then close.
Okay, so it's just growing. It's not just like it's not
No,
merging
you need
together.
no.
It's like-
You need growth, and then eventually it will seal together.
Okay.
That took a while.
No, because again, it's one of these. I'm a why guy, and I have to ask because I'm curious.
Yeah, he's very curious.
It's not fully developed.
It never sealed. I see it pulsating.
But you know why? Yeah, I know. Do you know why? Because my brain is so big.
Okay.
It still needs room to grow.
Anyway, guys, that is it. Let's just seal it with that.
Miguel is a child. Thank you,
As a
David. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. He's a very special. I mean, who else you know personally that has been in the same show as Drake? Oh shoot. He knows the story. All right, cool. What's the button?
What's what?
There's a button that I have to press.
It's guys, he's getting older. He's closer to 50 now, so it's gonna take a moment.
That
You'll
hurt.
get there.
That hurt. I found the
You know
button.
what I realized? I realized I was 41, and I always say I'm in my 40s, right? Which is totally okay. But the weight of that number really, like, I felt it this past week.
Are you 41?
I'm 41.
Dude.
That's young to you, I know.
I think I'm 46.
No, you're 6 years older than me, so you're 47. You just turned 47.
There's no way
You just turned 47.
I'm not 47.
Because you're 7 years older than Tegan, and Tegan is 1 year younger
So I
than me.
know what year I was born. Hang on one
What
second.
year were you born? 79?
The what?
What year were you born?
How do I do this?
So tell me, what year were you born?
How-
67? I'm just kidding.
The what?
I don't know what you're looking, but you are 7 years older than Tegan, and Tegan's 1 year older than me. So, I mean, 1 year younger than me. You are 47 years old. You just turned 47 in June.
So what year are we in right now? 2025?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 2025 minus the year I was born. Oh shoot. I'm 47.
I know.
I've been telling people I'm 46.
It's okay. You look great for 47.
When did
That happened in your birthday. You turned 47 on the day of your birth.
No, I know.
In the summer.
I am 47. Oh
I know.
my god.
Doesn't that not carry weight? It's good. Like if you think about it, we're halfway through our lives. Well, I hope that I'm a little under because I do want to live till I'm 95. So you are halfway through your life.
Yeah, I'm 3 years I'm shy under 50.
I know, that's crazy, right?
That isn't, I don't feel it though.
That's amazing. I know, because we're living in a day and time where like 40s and 50s is no longer as old as it used to be back in the day.
Dang.
I know, we look great.
Dang.
Look at us.
I look great. You look old.
Okay. Bye. Just kidding. Just kidding. Thank you so much for joining us in our podcast From Vision to Success.
From vision to success, people.
Listen, we discussed some very colorful topics with Miguel's beginnings and his education in sex ed. Then how he teaches his kids, Nintendo. We celebrated David. He's about to get married. And yeah, then we had a conversation with self-care. So what did you learn today? Or what's your takeaway? What's one thing that you've taken away from this podcast?
How funny kuka sounds. Because I just heard it. I've said it. I'm like, man, my kids must be traumatized.
Listen, if you don't know what the word kuka is, please rewind to halfway through the podcast, the beginning of the podcast, and you will find out. ChatGPT it.
Like, share, subscribe.
Get a minute, don't know. Get a minute of your time. Get a minute of your. Let it.
I sure gotta live right, and I'm never gonna let you out of my side. I've been knocked out, was a nice try, but I guess I get to keep my head on this time. Part of the creation, the relations I've got, the only one that keeps me safe, the only one you should trust. For sure, it ain't right that I have checked the speck of dust from all of its sides. Fall down from my height, cause I didn't see the plank I have in my eye. When no one's to be found, what keeps you eased out? What takes you off your mind? Guess you want this, I want this. Everybody in this, we should have it. Stop illusions, it's in your hands. Show yourself, reveal it to